Hello, Sagittarius. I am Jaja, and welcome to Cosmic Mirror Tarot. So, today we are going to get into your 2022 love messages and overall themes. I have quite a bit of oracle to go through. This is for anyone with a Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or even Mars. I feel like we forget about Mars sometimes. But basically, today we're gonna go through a couple oracles, and then we'll get into some romance oracles. We'll qualify with the Kepler deck, and then we will check in on a Celtic cross for the tarot. All right, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. I've pulled a couple of oracle cards for you guys already. The first one I did was the Gateway of Light activation oracles. Love these. Give very good overall spirit messages and just themes as far as like ascension vibes and stuff like that. So the card that you guys pulled was the Solar Light Upgrade, which is Solar Plexus, Chakra, Inner Fire, and Willpower. So reading from the book, I do want to give you guys the actual message here because I think it is beautiful. It says, the light of the great central sun is shining on you, activating you to push onward and create. This is a perfect time to move forward with projects, goals, and intention. Align your energy with whatever you are ready to create and experience. Focus on what you're ready to grow and where you are ready to expand. As you focus on your goals, you are giving them energetic encouragement to flourish and open, like the warm summer sun kissing the ground, encouraging the flowers to grow and bloom. That sunlight has arrived. It's here in you now. I think that is beautiful. Um, what's interesting as well is for your Celtic tree Ogum, you pulled the Rowan card. The Rowan card is all about spiritual and emotional protection. So it says, choosing this Ogum card will help you retain control of all your senses so that you can distinguish bad from good, harm from help, using your spiritual strength to turn away anything that threatens your serenity and your purpose. Now, I think that's interesting because the past life oracle you guys pulled was the Orphan, and the Fairy Ask the Fae card that you guys pulled was the Mountain. Um, Both of these are speaking about overcoming fears and obstacles. So this notion of spirit asking you to really stand in your power, work on your solar plexus, which is kind of self love and appreciation, as well as acknowledging your fears for what they are, fears, right? Not a lot of times our fear, especially around our self-worth and our ability to love, are baseless. It's programming from our childhood. It is our childhood traumas basically being reenacted in through our relationships. And as adults, right, we are now that we have the resources and the capability to really heal that. It's like spirit is asking you to get clear on, like, you are strong enough to get over whatever this is, because this Orphan card is giving me abandonment wounds, guys. Which I completely understand. I mean, it's one of my childhood traumas. And when I say abandonment wounds, it doesn't necessarily mean like, my dad went out one day for a carton of milk and never came back. I mean, that is a form of that, but it can also be my emotional needs were not met as a child, and therefore I felt abandoned. I felt like I had to raise myself, or I felt like I grew up too fast, or I felt like I couldn't count on my parent or my parents to really emotionally support me, right? That's what I'm getting from this Orphan card from the past life oracle. The Mountain card from the Fairy really talks about, like, if you look at it, it's like a fairy kind of walking down this like dimly lit path. The sun is going down behind the mountains, so it's about to get really cold and dark. And so it talks about the confusion, and as you're approaching an obstacle. So your mind not necessarily being clear because of fear, right? And what's interesting is there's like little, I don't know if you guys can see, there's like other fair or almost like fireflies around her as she walks. And it's representative of her inner light, right? That's like, even though the sun is about to go down behind the mountain, her inner light can guide her through this obstacle. And that's completely in line with this willpower in your in solar plexus activation within the gateway of light tarot, right? It's like spirit wanting you to get clear, like whatever, like the universe doesn't give you anything that it doesn't think that you're mentally or physically prepared to overcome, right? Like every obstacle we face, we can absolutely get through it. It's just a matter of standing in who you are. And I'm also hearing asking for help or communicating what's going on. So, yeah, that's what I got as far as the first part of the oracle. So let's go ahead and get into your this romance deck. I can never remember the name of this deck, to be honest with you guys, but it's specifically around romance. And if you watch tarot on YouTube, you've seen it many, many times. Yeah. I was really getting for you guys very heavy as I was kind of doing the pre-shuffle and stuff like that. There's just a lot of fear around relationships for you guys, and a lot of that is tied to, childhood traumas. And so I do, because you guys are in this space of manifestation, especially instant manifestation, because of Jupiter being in Pisces till May 10th, activates your 7th house, which is relationships and family and stuff like that. You when it comes to relationship, you absolutely can manifest instantly, because Jupiter is backing you. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, right? And luck. And so being cognizant of your thoughts and your feelings at this time, at least until May 10th, if you want to manifest something positive, think positive, you know? Really be cognizant of that and try not to let your fears get in the way. Okay, so the first card that you guys pulled from the Romance Oracle is Keep an Open Mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. The good old different race, different religion card. Deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. We are going to clarify all of these, guys, so don't worry. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. That's interesting. That must mean that. Bottom of the deck, we have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and clarify some of these. Yeah, I'm mainly curious to see if this is like new love, or if you guys are just kind of new love versus old love. That was interesting. The cards kind of flew right there. Between this, for whatever reason, this keep an open mind and engagement is like telling me that, for those of you who are in a relationship, this may be something that you're trying to manifest, going back to the solar light upgrade. So let's just see here. Okay, so clarifying, keep an open mind, keep an open mind, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. We have coffin, gift in reverse, and mature woman. Yeah, so I'm getting here with the coffin card. It's giving me very much death of ego. You know, a lot of times when we're dating, especially casually dating, you may be a little bit more open to just like trying something new. But when it comes to that higher level commitment, like actually building a family with someone, then things can get a little bit fuzzy, right? It was like I was really only dating for fun, and then I met this person, and really they're completely outside of what I would normally date. But I find myself contemplating, you know, bringing them into my world. And so, and then what we get into is the whole religion and race, and, you know, or this person was married before, or this person had an addiction before and is in recovery. Like, you know, all those things that really, when we're talking about love, don't matter, right? And so this coffin card is really telling me, or spirit trying to tell you guys, like, be cognizant of the things that actually matter when it comes to trying to manifest a relationship, right? You know, I'm hearing a lot. I'm getting heavy family interference vibes here. Just, just throwing it out there. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's your own happiness, right? And if you meet someone who makes you happy, that you find you have a deep soul tie and connection with, right? Their race, their religion, whether or not they were married before, how many kids they have, really shouldn't matter. And so this coffin is giving me very much ego death. With gift in reverse and mature woman, I'm getting like, again, because mature woman could be like, this person could be older than you, or they could be more established than you, like, or make more money than you, or whatever. I'm getting, from the gift in reverse, I'm getting 5 of Cups vibes, like almost like this, like I'm in my head, obsessing over the difference between us, instead of recognizing that the difference between you is a gift. It's a different perspective. It's new. It's something to explore, right? That's what I'm getting from this, is almost like a hyper focus on, try not to hyper focus on the differences, instead hyper focus on the things that brought you together, the things that you like about this person, or just getting to know a new culture or a new religion, right? Like, be open minded, right? And look at it from a gift perspective, and not from a, you know, not focusing on the negative. Think positively. We're manifesting something new, so our thoughts and our emotions have to be positive. With deception, clarifying deception, you have expectation, sudden wealth, and house. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is giving me kind of past energy. So I don't know if there's a relationship in the past that was hyper focused on money. Is what I'm getting. For whatever reason, and you know, I read energy. It's like what the cards, or what spirit and the cards are kind of telling me. This woman looking out the window, in this expectation card, at the house and the sudden wealth, is giving me like someone in your either most recent or past energy, who whose expectation of you financially supporting them is affecting your ability to step out right now. Does that make sense? I'm getting this like fear of almost like gold digger vibes, like a fear, or I want to say even like it just being about money, right? The expectation that you're gonna wholly take care of someone. That's more what I should say. Like, what's interesting is how the open mind and the keep an open mind, and this deception around money is playing out, because to be honest with you, it's almost like if you were in a relationship in the past where money was more like it was more based on money and contracts and, you know, kind of, I'm getting like 3D, you know, type stuff, and not so much love. There was not very much love there, right? It was just all kind of, we're staying together for the kids, we're staying together for the money. Um, and then someone else comes in that differs from you. I'm getting this almost like transference of not recognizing how the previous relationship that was more practical, and that practical mindset you're now transferring into the new. And that's what spirit wants you to look at, right? It's like how your current vibration, your current mindset mixed with your past experience is hindering you from keeping an open mind in the future. Because, and I say that because you have engagement on the board. So if there is someone new that you're talking to, or if you're in a commitment right now and it's just, I'm getting like kind of on the rocks or up in the air, and we'll do some tarot in a second to kind of get a clearer sense of where you guys are at. But I'm getting this like Two of Pentacles, like juggling vibe here. It's like if that's where your relationship is right now, there's engagement on the board, so there is a possibility to take it to the next level, but there needs to be some clearing of that old stagnant energy, of that of those childhood wounds, of the wounding from the previous relationship that maybe it wasn't too loving, it was just all practical, right? Because what's interesting too is you then again get money again, but it's in the reverse under engagement. You got unexpected income in the reverse, concern in the reverse, and then high honor. And what, just reading it outright, it's like, do not, the finance piece of it. So if this is about like the person doesn't make enough money, or you don't think you make enough money, right? Spirit is saying that should not be a concern. What should be a concern is, how does this person make you feel? What is this person's like spirit like, is what I'm hearing. You know, you do not focus on the practical things. Do not focus on the negative things, right? Focus on how would this person be as a mother or a father to your children? How would this person be when you're ill and you're old and you're, you know, like do they have the emotional and spiritual capacity and intelligence to take care of your needs, right? The finance piece and the age difference and the religion difference should not be concerning to you. And to try and step outside of that mind frame is what I keep hearing. I think it's interesting that there was a lot of finance cards here for you guys. I mean, we are in Capricorn season, so that's cardinal earth energy, so maybe that's why. But I feel like being a fire sign, you guys are normally more passionate and more, wand based, I should say, for lack of a better term. So, yeah, I think that's interesting that came up for you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the Celtic Cross. I feel like I talked about the oracles long enough. Let's see what this has to say. I did shuffle these really, really well after the Leo reading. I'm going to do them. I'm trying to do these in bulks by sign. So then the energy is the same, right? Like fire and then air and water. So you guys are my last fire sign. Alright. Spirit said that's enough shuffling. Knock, let them know we're here. Alright, to start, you got the Queen of Wands, your energy with Judgment, crossing. Influence is death. Subconscious is 10 of Swords. Woo. Past position is the 5 of Pentacles. Didn't I tell you? Your future position is the 2 of Pentacles. I told you I was getting this like juggly, trying to find balance feeling. Current attitude is the King of Pentacles in reverse. This may be why finances came up heavy, 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 heavy. Current attitude is the Sun in reverse. We will talk about it, Sagittarius. Why are you depressed? Current, some more depression. Sorry, my brain is like, the energy off of this card, by the way, is mad heavy. Current hopes and fears is the 5 of Cups in reverse. This is not a good feeling. And the final outcome is the Queen of Cups, that's beautiful. All right, so before we go ahead and clarify, your overall energy right now is basically coming up as you with Judgment crossing. The Queen of Wands is, and guys, if you're watching my Divine Masculines, there's no gender in tarot. It's all energy. So basically, the Queen of Wands is a very demanding, action-oriented. She knows what she wants. She gets what she wants. She is a magician. Instant manifestation, right? This is a fire card. So she's very, very much... So you're basically coming up as yourself in the divine feminine form, right? There's Judgment crossing this, which is giving me, especially next to this 2 of Pentacles, it's giving me having to make a judgment call on something. And with it being next to the 2 of Pentacles, not necessarily sure which way you want to go. With Death on top as the overall influence, I would say whatever it is that has you depressed and feeling super regretful and heavy is what needs to be let go. And I think that's why Spirit is asking you to go within and find and heal your solar plexus, right? Because in healing your solar plexus and finding your inner fire, finding your inner Queen of Wands, that is going to bring clarity on what is the core of the issue, right? What is it that keeps coming up over and over again? What is that wounding that just every relationship won't go away? You know, a quick little story time. I have said in my intro video that I have been in more karmic relationships than I would like to admit, which is actual and factual. One of the things that going through therapy after my ex-narc was having to admit to myself, right, because of my childhood traumas and the parenting that I experienced, that was essentially dating a version of one of my parents over and over and over again, right? And the reason why I stayed in these relationships way after their expiration date, or way after I knew like something isn't right here, is because when it comes to our parents, right, if this person is a surrogate for your parent, then that's family. It's pretty traditional within African American households and most people, households of color, where you don't disown family. We just don't do that. I don't care what he did or what she did. Like it's family. You suck it up and you power through it. And that was my approach to relationships as well. It was like my ex-narc did the wildest shit, right? And it's like, I suck it up and I power through it. And so that's what I'm getting off of this death card. Like, you really having to sit down, maybe even with a therapist, right? And going back and pulling out that core wound that just keeps coming up. And the universe is supporting you. That's what the death card and your influence is saying. The Judgment card with the death card is saying, this is God. Okay? Judgment is God himself. right, is saying it's time, right? It's time to move on. In the past, you have the Five of Pentacles. So, and then this is pinging off of this Orphan card for me, which is giving me very much abandonment issues, like I said. The fear of being left out in the cold, the fear of loss, the fear of abandonment, right? Like, how does that play into, are you self-sabotaging maybe because you're afraid of being left out in the cold, so you end a relationship before the person can end a relationship with you, right? Kind of thing. And death is saying, cut that shit out. In your, I know you guys are working on that, because in your subconscious you have the Ten of Swords. It's like you're sick of your own shit. That's what this is giving me. Like, I'm sick of this shit, you know. And so for it to be in the subconscious means, right, like, you know, and it has to work its way into an actionable process. But this is a good sign, right? Like, you got to this, the Ten of Swords is something, like, this guy is dead. Like, it didn't take 10 swords to kill this guy, right? Like, this is something that is done, right? And so I definitely feel like you guys are in that state of just being like, it's time. These two cards are what I really want to clarify and talk about, guys, because what's coming up for me here is, so in your attitude, in your current environment, your attitude, you have the King of Pentacles reverse, and in your current environment, you have the Sun reverse. There's something in your environment that just absolutely does not make you happy. Now, it being across from the Two of Pentacles means that you're still juggling it, and my question to you is, why are you juggling something that doesn't make you happy? I mean, there's nothing to juggle. If you're upset, if every day it's something, get the fuck on. You know, just remove yourself from the situation. Um, but like I said, I feel like in your subconscious, you're there. The King of Pentacles here, it's actually pinging off of your hopes and your fears energetically, which is the Five of Cups in reverse. The Five of Cups in reverse is like, I'm just getting heavy regrets, and just like this fear of like making the wrong decision. But the fear is heavy. Like, it's a very strong, which is why I'm saying, like, there definitely needs to be a clearing of whatever the core wounding is, because this is super heavy. And I feel like that's what the fear of rejection, the fear of abandonment, is what has this King of Pentacles in reverse. King of Pentacles is about stability. It is about, the King of Pentacles is abundance, both financially, spiritually, very strong, sturdy earth energy, right? The fact that he's like, and he's also a court card. So the fact that a minor arcana, right, is weighing heavier than, and turning upside down this court card, to me is like an over, yeah, there's a need to really get out of this energy, especially if you're in, like I said, this Jupiter and Pisces like manifestation period. Like, really be cognizant of your thoughts. This outcome of the Queen of Cups is giving me, either it could either be a person, or I'm actually feeling very heavy self-love, which is right in line with your solar plexus upgrade, right? Like, that's what the solar plexus is all about, which is self-love. Like, you finally get to a point, I feel like, where you're just like, I'm sick of this shit, and you start giving the love to yourself that is needed. Okay, I do want to clarify, I want to clarify the Queen of Wands with the Justice. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's giving me deception to yourself. Crossing that, we have, sorry, I was not at all, first of all, I didn't want to pull all these cards, but like, they're too good not to. So, okay, Ace of Swords in reverse Ace of Swords upright is about victory in a truth, right? A new beginning from a truth. The fact that it's in the reverse is kind of like I'm getting the judgment. Like you're really having to get clear on what is a real fear and what isn't. Really, what, like, this whole abandonment thing, this whole self-sabotage thing, is that real, or is that, like, is there really a fear of this person abandoning you, or is it childhood wounds just repeating over and over again? That's what I'm getting off of this Ace of Swords. You also got the Hangman upright, the Emperor, the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. The Hangman upright gives me, so the Hangman and its normal position is like I'm sitting here and I'm looking from different perspectives. Upright, it's like I see clearly. I see clearly, and my hair's on fire, and I'm ready to take action. Like he's standing up and he's ready to walk on. Right? The fact that the Emperor is next means that you guys absolutely, and I think this is in line with your overall energy of 2020. Like you guys are definitely stepping into major Emperor vibes, which is like fully maturing, right? And into your highest and most best self. But it's like you're over this this 10 of Swords is trapped in your mind, staying up late at night, just going over and over and over in your head about your regret, right? This is pinging off of this 5 of Cups that's in reverse, that's super heavy, right? Like this is mental anguish, right? And it's like you're over this shit, right? So you have the epiphany, or just you get so sick of your own shit that you decide to stand up and mature. And then Ace of Cups is self-love. Oops, sorry guys. That's self-love. Remember I was saying that Queen of Cups was giving me more. You give that cup to yourself. You find a healthy balance between your mind and your heart, and you're really ready to, once you get to the place of loving yourself, then you can call in that engagement card, that higher level of commitment with someone, or a divine partnership or something like that. But I'm seeing here that there's definitely a need for self-love. There's definitely some emotional maturing here. Maybe some therapy, I would suggest. Clarifying the King of Pentacles in reverse is the Wheel of Fortune, which is all about destiny. So it's giving me very much like the place that you are in right now, you were supposed to be in. We also have the 3 of Cups and the Lovers in reverse. So the 3 of Cups in reverse and the Lovers in reverse. And those two are pinging off of the Sun being in reverse, which makes sense to me. So if there was a relationship that recently ended, possibly over deception, right? Because that was one of your cards that we pulled in your oracle. Yeah, you have the Tower, the Ace of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles after the Sun. But let me finish this thought right here. This Wheel of Fortune, 3 of Cups in reverse, and Lovers in reverse is giving me like, you guys, where you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. So that's first. Like, do not beat yourself up. This like 5 of Cups, super heavy regret about something, like all of this transpired the way that it was supposed to. So that's one. And it transpired this way to get you to look at, this 3 of Cups is giving me distractions. Or remember I was talking earlier, like, do you self-sabotage in some kind of way, right? Like, you had to get to this place of being done in order to call in a higher level of commitment. Now, the reason why, here's the thing about the Lovers in reverse. The Lovers upright can talk about a decision in love in a divine union, right? Calling in a divine counterpart, a twin flame or a soulmate. When it is in reverse, and especially next to the Wheel of Fortune, it's saying that the timing is not right. And the reason why the timing is not right is because, like we've been talking about this whole time, there is something internally that you still have to look at. that you still have to deal with, that you still have to heal before this can be upright. Do you see what I'm saying? But with the Wheel of Fortune here, you're absolutely on the right path. And I also confirm that because clarifying the 10 or clarifying the Sun in reverse is the Ace of Wands upright, the 10 of Pentacles, and then the Tower. Now, this Tower is not giving me. Some people think that the Tower is a bad thing. It's not giving me a bad Tower. It's giving me it's pinging off of the Hangman that's upright. Like, it's almost like, especially with this Ace of Wands here, because the Ace of Wands is like a divine inspiration for something, for a new beginning, for a new project, for a new whatever, right? A new love in this instance, right? It pinging off of that Hangman upright is almost like the Tower is, you have this epiphany over what it is that's been holding you back, and then you start over, right? And then you call in your 10 of Pentacles. And so I think the reason why you guys are in this, the Sun, King of Pentacles in reverse, the Sun in reverse energy, is because you're still in your head trying to figure out what it is, right? What it is that you want, what it is that's holding you back. Why do these relationships keep going in this direction? Why do you keep running into deception? Why do there's still some processing here of past energies. And that's why the Sun is in reverse. But again, with the Wheel of Fortune being here and death as well, it's like all of this was part of your ascension. All of this was to get you moving in the right direction towards your highest self. All right, lastly, interesting. Going to clarify your 2 of Pentacles in your future position, and I also want to clarify the Queen of Cups. Anything else on this 2 of Pentacles for Sagittarius? And that came out funny. Interesting. Whatever this past situation was, guys, there was a lot of arguments. A lot of like, is it going to be worth the efforts? Should I even defend this? The Devil is here, but he's in reverse. And it's pinging off of the 2 of Pentacles. And so it's almost like the back and forth, the yo-yoing, the indecision, the inability to move forward was the Devil, or part of the Devil, one of the many chains kind of holding you back, and you come out of that. I do with, what's clarifying that is, or like flew out the deck, was the 7 of Pentacles, the Chariot, the 5 of Wands in reverse, and the 7 of Wands upright. This is very much giving me, like, once you identify what the Devil is, right, that keeps you holding back, you absolutely move forward, away from the petty ass arguments, away from constantly having to defend yourself, constantly having to, like, I'm just hearing like protect, like feeling like you have to constantly protect your energy from all of these negative and deceptive energies, right, that you normally run into in relationships. It's like, because now you're full Emperor energy, you're loving yourself, you're manifesting from a place of self-love and abundance, and so it will be worth your time, it will be worth your energy, is what I'm hearing. Clarifying the Queen of Cups is the Queen of Swords in reverse. That does not feel like your energy. That feels like someone else's energy. And to be honest with you, it almost feels like a crossing energy. So there is someone in your environment that is not very nice, is what I'm getting. And, it could be a mother figure, to be honest with you. You also have the Page of Wands on top of that Queen of Swords. Yeah, the Queen of Swords is definitely giving me, apostle maternal figure, or maybe it could be a baby mama too. Um, for the guys who are watching that, yeah, really just weighs heavy on your progress towards self love and acceptance. And yeah, because she's pinging off of this Five of Cups reverse. Like I said, it's a very heavy energy, guys. Next to the Queen of Swords is the Page of Wands upright, which is telling me you eventually get to a place. It's like that Ace of Wands that you had next to your Sun card, of like realizing what the issue is here, and then starting your journey, because this is a new journey. This is a messenger. This is, the Page of Wands is a lot of things, but she's giving me like stepping out in a new journey after being inspired, right? Like, or after, uncovering some truth, going back to that Ace of Swords. um I'm just asking Spirit if there's anything else that they want me to clarify. I'm just, guys, again, I feel like I don't remember which one of the oracle cards was saying, focus on the positive, but I'm just going to tell you right now, like, this is minor arcana, and when I tell you the energy is heavy as fuck, like, and for those of you that don't know, so minor arcana is like petty day-to-day stuff. Like, it's not all of the like non-number cards, like the Tower, Death, Wheel of Fortune, the Sun. Those are divinely orchestrated, like the hand of God moving things in your life, right? Those are the powerful cards. The numbered cards really only have to do with kind of petty day-to-day stuff. And so for this card to feel energetically as heavy as it does, I'm definitely getting a sense of needing to really work out your wounding, specifically around abandonment issues and fear of rejection and fear of loss is what Spirit is telling me. And they keep bringing my attention back to your Celtic tree oracle of the Rowan, which was talking about what is true fear and what is not, what is real and what is not, right? What is a real fear versus a childhood wound that just keeps coming up for you. And if it's a childhood wound that keeps coming up for you and you're taking it out on all your external relationships, it's time, right? Is what this Wheel of Fortune is saying in this deck. Like, it is time to move past that, and the universe fully supports you and you are loved. And you have the energy for the solar plexus chakra upgrades behind you as well. So there's multiple things between Jupiter and Pisces, your solar light upgrades, the Wheel of Fortune, judgment, death. Like, there's enough here where you are completely capable. If there was ever a time to clear this out, now is the time. 2022 is absolutely your year. All right, guys, that's all that I have for you. Hopefully you find this helpful. If you do, please like, share, and subscribe. I am going to go ahead and post this. I'm going to try and get through the rest of these signs tomorrow, and then maybe Sunday I will be doing money for 2022. Wanted to like actually get into the energies of 2022 before I did money, just because it's so earth-based. Want to make sure all the energy was there. So yeah, look for that end of this week. It is New Year's Eve when I am posting this, guys. I hope you have a wonderful, happy, and safe New Year's Eve, and happy 2022. I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.